In this video, I'm going to be taking you inside the exact process behind one of my biggest trades in this month of August. It's been a bonanza because it's earnings season, my favorite time to trade. There are stocks every single day with catalysts, earnings, and PRs coming out that can make stocks zoom. So what I'm gonna do is help you see through my thought process as I apply one of my favorite setups, a red to green move on a stock with a major catalyst. I'm going to be showing you my entries, my exits, so that you can learn how to profit from this. Whether you're a new or experienced trader, after watching this video, you will understand how you could master this strategy yourself and make some bucks. So let's get into the charts. So first, it all starts with the pre-market prep. You guys have to be ready every single day. So the first thing that I like to do during earnings season specifically, so it's not every day, this is a specific time of the year, I look for every single stock that's got news out for earnings in the morning and then in the afternoon, and I put them on a list. I use Benzinga. You can also use Trade Exchange. I got accounts at both of them. Trade Exchange I think is really good because it's cheap. It's $20 a month, where Benzinga is a little bit more expensive, but it's got a lot more features. If you're looking for something that's just like streamlined, I think Trade Exchange is probably the way to go. If you're a pro and you gotta like add some filters and all of this stuff because you're trading either a lot of capital or a lot of accounts, then I think Benzinga is probably worth the money because you can add in like all the filters that you're specifically looking for. So first of all, I'll go in. So this is for Tuesday, September 9th, right? These are stocks that are having earnings out. Now look, earnings season has just ended, but if you were looking for, let's say, 2 weeks ago, what you would start to see is there would be a lot of stocks that have earnings. So see all of these specific names, you got all these different stocks that are gonna have catalysts out. So guys, any single stock that you've ever seen make a huge run, whether it's Nvidia or Google or Tesla or any stock, right, throughout the history of the stock market, their major runs start with earnings. And so it's important during earnings season to be very thorough. Normally I do about 1 hour pre-market prep every morning, so nothing crazy. I like to do my homework at night. But during earnings season, I gotta add a little bit extra time because there's so many stocks with catalysts up. I would say that during these few weeks of earnings, my profit factor goes up tremendously compared to non-earning season because you have just a lot more opportunity. So you gotta milk them. So what I do is take all these tickers, I put them on a list. You can export them or copy and paste them. Trade Exchange actually does a really nice job just listing them all, and you can copy and paste them into your charting platform. I like to use TC2000. That's my charting platform of flavor, but that's really all you need to do for this specific setup. Now, once you actually have these stocks right on your watch list, now what you need to be doing is copy and pasting them into your charting platform and then sifting through the ones that are interesting with good daily charts. I think this is really where the sweet spot is. So once I compile all these names, what I'm going to do is put them on my watch list. I use TC2000. I use TradingView for a backup just in case TC2000 gets a little bit buggy, as it's a little bit labor intensive, or I shouldn't say labor intensive, it's GPU, CPU intensive when you're traveling. As you guys know, I'm on the road most of the time of the year. I'm in Hawaii right now. I got like 4 megabytes per second. I'm hotspotting from my phone here. So I'll use TradingView when I'm traveling because it doesn't require a little bit more juice on it. It's like Thinkorswim. It's got a lot of too many features almost sometimes. So once I get them all on my list, what I'll usually do is narrow them down into my top few favorite lists. And then I look to see what the daily charts are and where the potential bounces are and so on and so forth. So I had Crowd on my list because obviously it's been a huge mega trender for literally years, right? For the last 2 years, it's up hundreds and hundreds of percent. But I like this type of setup for earnings. So this has been a high flyer for quite some time. Dude, you got really just like a nice big trend on it. And what I don't like is the earnings plays that are just going gangbusters before earnings, and then the earnings come out and you have a gap. Like, that's not my particular flavor. I like something like this where like you're like just drifting. So it's a hot momentum stock, but you're just drifting lower into the earnings, into a big level of support. So in the pre-market, Crowd is dancing around this 200-day moving average, which is a monster support. Now, you don't want to be like just hitting this in any old market. We're in a bull market right now. What happens is a lot of times stocks will gap down, they'll run into big support, and guess what? Support actually supports, and you get the reversal. So I pinpointed Crowd as a potential watch because it was a momentum stock that's coming back down into support. So now what we want to do is wait for our entries. So once I pinpoint the stock that I want on the daily chart, what I need to do is go to the intraday chart and wait for my entry. So what you'll notice about Crowd is it gapped down into that 200-day moving average, but you can't just buy it there. So I'm waiting for a specific setup to get in. So what I like to do is like when it gaps down, what I want to see is a red to green. So I don't want to just buy it in case it actually like trends down and it totally reverses. This is a telltale sign. So this is the close from the previous day. So this is your red to green spot. So what happens is you gap down and you gap down quite a bit. And oftentimes you may actually trend down. But what we start to see in this is the confirmation, right? We get a confirmation of the reversal. You get down here and you reverse and you go back green and you get this big spike. What I want to do personally is enter right when you are breaking above the previous day's close. That's your confirmation, guys, that the trade is going to work, right? That's your confirmation that the trade is in a reversal. So if we look at, where I entered this bad boy, you'll see like I didn't try to bottom tick this thing or anything like that. What I did on this name is like as it gapped down, I didn't know where the bottom was. And I'm not one of those like tricky little bottom guys that's gonna like buy and then they add and average in. Not my thing. I'm more of a one shot, one kill kind of guy. So I add right when it goes red to green. That's very, very important. And what I do is now I position trade. So I'm adding in some shares over here. And what I will do is position trade around it. So like I didn't go crazy into this. So out of all these buys and sells, it was 1,400 shares total. So if you look at like, my exact executions, I'm coming in at 500 shares. So nothing crazy. And by the way, you can do options on all of this. And so that'll make it a little bit easier. The reason I didn't do options on Crowd on this specific day was that the spread on them was like 10%. So, if you're trying to make 10, 20% and the spread is 10%, you're going to have a little bit of trouble. So what I'm going to do is buy as you go red to green, and then I'm going to trade around the position. So I always sell half to 2/3 into spikes, and then I'll start to trade around it. And so what I do, and this is, guys, this is the beauty of it. Guys, I have hardcore statistics on this. If you have a hot stock, a trender that you make money on, what you want to do is re-enter numerous times. What I have found is that a great stock, a great setup will give you 4 to 6 entries that particular day. I know a lot of people will be like, well, isn't that too many entries? No, we're day traders, right? We day trade. So what you want to be doing is making sure that you're actually entering in. So when you come into something like this, what you're going to be doing is if you come in here, look, this is 12 points in here. You got to scale out along the way into this spike. And then what I'll do is reload into those specific support spots. So as you come down in those specific support levels, what I want to do is reload some of the position that I sold. So if I have 500 shares here, what I want to do is sell 300 and then reload into this. Now, this is the tricky spot, guys. As you come in and retest that buy spot, what that usually does is it suckers in the shorts because they're going to think that it rolls over because of the gap down. But remember the 200-day moving average on the daily chart. Guys, that's a huge sign, right? That this momentum stock has hit support. So what you want to do is reload into this, and now it's just about sashaying in and out of this. So I want to sell some into the spike, and look, I always am a pipe. You guys know this. So I always like, my target should have been here. I take a little bit of the profit a little bit early, and then now I want to do is ride into my support levels. So as you come into this and you're testing into the bone zone, buying into support and scaling out. One thing to remember about support and resistance is all this stuff. You want to use your short-term supports when it's early in the move. So into these. As you get longer into the day, you want deeper pullbacks. So as you get into lunch, I would go in with the 50-day moving average or 50 EMA and VWAP pullbacks on a big trender. You want deeper ones. Too many people get suckered into like trying to buy 9 EMAs when it's lunchtime. That doesn't really ever work. Not for me. So just gotta be mindful of that. So as you go through this, just be like really mindful. Like these things are gonna move fast. So like if you reload here, what you'll start to see is you'll get 10, 15 points really, really quick. And so always just scale out of this thing. And remember, like as you start to actually trend, what you don't want to do is like enter too early. Like I like to wait for these bone zones. And then when you remount the 9 EMA, I come back into it, you know, and I typically do sell a little bit early, but that's okay. Like that's just how I'm doing it because I'm position trading around a core. And so I'm still keeping some of my original position and I'll actually hold it overnight if it actually closes near high. So what you start to see is like you're moving and moving and moving. And now see what happens is around noon, you have a deeper pullback. It comes into the 50 because the 9 and 20, the bone zone is only effective in the morning. And so now you got to ride it up. And so as you'll probably see, like this thing trends for a couple hours because it has got that catalyst behind it. Guys, stocks are not going to trend if you just draw squiggly lines on stuff. You got to have catalysts out there. That's what really makes stocks go. So guys, if you thought this video was valuable and you really want to take this seriously, book a call with my team. We'll craft something specifically for you to help you succeed in this. I hope you took some notes and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.